So,
Hi,
this is
Kelly.
just two friends coming together to chat.
Yes, and something we've been talking about for the last 2 years, that we're going to do a podcast. And finally, we're doing it now.
Just because we think it's going to be awesome and our conversation should actually be shared.
Yes, and it's a fun conversation with a silver lining at every end of every episode. And just to make everyone feel, you know, we're all going through something. We're all in the rough seas, just on a different boat. But we're all in the same thing.
I'm in a kayak, but, you know.
Okay, so Kelly, let's tell everyone how we actually met each other. I think that's a good story to start
Via
with.
the sin of assumption, which is something that we're all guilty of in everyday life. So where were we? At the Baron in Bedford View.
That's correct. We were at the Baron. And I was really minding my own business and I never knew who you were. I've never heard of you, actually.
So I'd never heard of you. I didn't know who you were.
Did you really not even hear of me through anyone talking?
Anyone talking, nothing whatsoever. My first thing with you was the hot blonde talking to my man with her arm around his shoulder.
That was so horrible of you.
Instance.
And I was up against the
Sin
wall.
of assumption. Then I get closer to you and I see, oh, hold on. I have a client that's currently going through a separation and a divorce, and that's her husband. So you must be a trash bag.
And you let me know, hey? There and then you walked up to me, you said, you.
I said, no, I walked up to you and I was like, well, isn't this cozy?
Stealing other women's men.
Yes.
That's what you told me.
And
complete
judgments.
I said, what? I said, Fabian, what is this girl talking about? Who is she? And you wanted to hit me, eh?
No, not straight off the bat.
But you did want
But there was copious amounts of alcohol involved that's also contributing to the poor decision making.
And I'm a very kind,
quiet
quiet girl, hey, Kelly?
You're not quiet.
But I'm kind. And I would never do anything like that.
You did threaten me, though.
Only the next week when we met each other again.
No. You put the finger up and you said, Fabian, you better get this out my face. That's when I was like, out your face.
And then after that, we made some phone calls the next morning.
No, we didn't make phone calls. You
made phone calls
because you ran and thought, hold on, let me just take control of the situation and be Kristal
Orby that I am. So hold on, I phoned the brother. And I said, listen here, this boy's going from the fire into the frying pan. Does he know what he's doing? So he says, no, what happened? I said, no, this girl came out of nowhere.
Yes, you made a lot of trouble.
I was minding my own business.
That was not minding your own business.
And out of nowhere, she wanted to fuck me up in the freaking place.
It wasn't out of nowhere, let's be honest. When I did come over and confront the situation, and I said, well, doesn't this look fucking cozy? And you were like, what? You also didn't say, no, love, you've misread the situation.
You didn't give anyone a chance. Fabian was going, no, Kelly, no. And you're like, what? No. Anyway, the phone call started the next day. Phone the brother. And he says, no, he'll sort it out.
Telling the brother that I'm on drugs.
I said, this alcoholic, it's a drug addict. What has he found? Anyway.
No, I looked nice that night.
You did. You looked lovely.
Yeah.
But you were really like...
Kelly.
Out of it. Kelly.
Well, I was proper Kelly, yeah.
You were Kelly. So anyway, then you got in trouble with the family because they told you it's Kristal and they couldn't explain how I am
well,
their
then
family.
obviously the next day when we got the phone call from Jonathan and Fabian, like, phoned me and he was like, listen, it's gotten a little bit out of hand. This is what's going down. It's Kristal. And I'm like, who? What? It's Kristal Orby. This is what she is to our family. This is what she is
and
to
I'm
John.
Jonathan's like a very close friend.
Family, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, oh, well, wow.
We got to do it. Then we were invited a week later, exactly a week later.
To Jonathan's birthday.
To Jonathan, I don't know what it was.
The RV in Bedford View.
The RV. And I walked up and you were sitting right there, face to face, and you came up to me. Shame, you did. You came up to me and you apologized.
Which is rare, but when I'm wrong, I'm wrong.
And
Acknowledgement
and
is
you
good.
said, and we still didn't even talk. You said, my name's Kelly and I'm very sorry for my behavior. And I said, thank you.
I said, I'm very sorry for my behavior. I misconstrued the situation.
And then I said, thank you, but you're lucky you didn't leave in an ambulance.
Yes, and that just...
And then I felt better after I told you that because I got the last word in.
I didn't.
And then I would say from that night, we actually started talking to each other because we had no choice. Because we didn't know.
We ended up sitting next to each other.
We sat next to each other and we didn't know anyone else.
No, we did. We just didn't want to sit next to them and talk.
And then that's how we actually started talking to each other.
And realized, oh my gosh,
We've got so much in common.
you're amazing.
Yes.
I know.
And that was such a bad judgment on my part.
Such a bad judgment.
To judge you.
And you wanted to put me in an ambulance.
I did. But
Like
now
after everything we've
now
been through,
I love you
think it's
too
okay.
much. And I would never want that for you.
Thank you.
I do really love you. And then from there, I don't know how I got to you at the nails. When you started doing nails by Petula.
Yeah, so, geez, you must remember, I came from the nail game 20 years ago. And then it was after COVID, Petula roped me back into her salon.
Yeah.
Polished by Petula. And she said to me, come 1 day a week. Just come back. It was, like I said, after COVID. I closed my salon down for personal reasons and stuff. Should never have done that, but that's for another day. And then went to Petula, started working 1 day a week, which turned into 5 days a week. It was phenomenal, awesome. You were a client of Petula, so I think when you came for your facials,
I came
you
for
were
a
like, I'm
facial.
going to come for my nails, yeah.
That was it. And then
But we were already friends.
Yeah, we were
And
on
then you were
talking.
just like,
We're
yeah.
just hello, how you friends?
And then us sharing a nail
Oh,
table.
and no, you know what made us friends? We're lying. Are the kids?
Yes, Gabriel and Ethan.
Gabriel and Ethan, because Ethan said,
Little
Mommy,
besties.
there's this Lebanese boy and I want him to come play by the house. And I still said,
And Gabriel,
Ethan,
Fabian didn't even know that it was your Ethan.
yes. And I still said, Ethan, leave the people. I don't.
Yeah,
like,
we don't.
And
We're not
Fabian
those
was
moms.
selling.
We're not those
Yes,
moms.
and
Please
Fabian's
don't
selling
bring
Gabriel.
children. Don't bring parents.
Fabian was telling Gabriel the same thing. Please leave the people, leave the people. And then we said, but who are they? Like, who? What are their names? Who are they? And then when they said Gabriel K. Lil, then I was like, oh, that's
She
Fabian's
still
son.
says Khalil. It's Khalil.
Okay, but it's Khalil.
Okay, but it's Khalil. But anyway,
Okay, let's go with mine, Khalil.
I can't.
You do you, I do me.
There we go.
That's why we're
Beautiful.
friends.
No, sorted.
Okay. So anyway, then I was like, oh, yes, of course you can tell Gabriel to come to the house.
Yes, and then you cooked.
And then I made lunch. And then actually that's how the ball started rolling.
Yes, and you were still in Baalbek when I came for lunch.
That's
Oh,
the
and it
first
was
time you came.
scrumptious.
That's actually how everything started rolling.
You fed your tortoise better than us.
then,
Sorry, excuse me, I just need to feed the tortoise. She goes to the fridge and pulls out blueberries.
And Haram, that tortoise
raspberries.
disappeared, eh? It rained one day in Baalbek and that tortoise went. I don't know where it went. And it wasn't even my tortoise.
Oh, it was a Lebanese tortoise.
It was
It
Amber's
went on a
tortoise.
mission.
It disappeared. But that, Kelly, that's how we actually got talking, was through the kids. Then we started doing lunches. The kids started coming to play. Then I came to do my nails.
And like I said, the table sessions, the nail sessions were the sessions.
And then we found out we had so much
In common.
when we started talking to each other.
And questioned our sanity on both sides.
Exactly. And it was like, we both come from something that's traumatic that's
You're a
happened
little
to
bit
us.
fucked up. I'm a little bit fucked up.
And we're like, oh, wow.
Fucked up together. This is
Exactly. Yeah, and then that's where it's brought us. And now, from then, that was how many years ago? 4, 5 years ago?
It was
Before COVID.
Jonathan's 37th birthday.
But when was that? Before COVID, hey?
Yeah.
So what's it, 6 years now?
I've been with Fabian for 8.
So then it's 7 years.
Yeah,
Because you had
7
just
years.
met each other when we met at the Baron.
Yeah, we were probably about 2 or 3 months. Yeah, wow.
That's a long time. You could have had another whole baby by now.
Ew. No, your babies are beautiful. You need to calm down with those,
You could have had that by now.
But yeah, an Irish Lebanese, no offense to anyone who has Irish Lebanese children, but wow.
Can
A
you
little
imagine?
Irish Kelly and a little Lebanese Fabian in one.
It would be the best baby ever. Heart of gold.
Complete bipolar.
But a heart of gold. So yeah, Kelly, that's actually how it all came. And then we'd sit for hours doing our nails. It was 2.5-hour sessions, hey?
Literally.
Every 3
Talking
weeks.
about 17 different things and not coming to the conclusion of one conversation.
No, never. And all
But
after,
always feeling better after we left each
yes,
other.
and all we did for 3 weeks after that was send memes to each other. This is you, no, this is me. That's all we
And
did.
they were so bad. And we were like, if anybody ever sees these chats, we're going to end up in a padded room with a jacket.
Yeah, so now that has
Which is real. Everybody does that.
Exactly.
Everyone does it. Everyone shows their highlight reel of what's in front of them and what they want people to see. Nobody shows the behind the scenes and how
The raw.
crazy and raw and real stuff actually is.
And how bad it actually
and how
gets.
bad it is. Yeah.
So yeah, we
And
did.
frustration. You would walk into the salon some days and be like, sorry, I'm late. My fucking kids. And I'd be like,
Yeah, that's what we had in common.
Yeah.
We weren't sweet talking about
Love
our
them to
kids at
death,
all.
But wow, it is hard.
It's like we didn't meet, we would say those little fuckers. And that's what...
And shock some other clients in
Yeah.
the salon. Shane Petula, guys, no, guys, come. The language, guys, please.
Yeah, so, and now, Kelly, you've finished with Petula.
Yes, yeah. So Petula and I, Petula's now moving her salon to Glen Vista. She's doing a complete one-stop beauty, nails,
I'm very
aesthetics,
excited for that.
hair. And I mean, she is honestly like,
And she's
if
the
not
best
the best
at
in the
it.
business, yeah. So that's going to be completely awesome. I'm definitely not going back into the nail game. I'm done.
I don't know. I think you're the
done.
best at nails as well.
No, done. And very happily so. Because if I hadn't done nails for the 20 years that I did it, I don't think I would be doing what I am doing right now, which is counseling and life coaching. Why does it sound like I smoke 80 Texans a day? What's going on there?
And I think you are a very good person for the life coaching because you understand. And you come from such
definitely from an empath and a...
Like a broad, what would you say? Like a broader, where you understand people and you don't
experience.
judge.
Yeah. Yeah, very, very seldom judge.
Yeah.
I can judge though.
Yes, but
To
then
the
you
hills.
will judge, which I do with you.
Yes, but also constructively.
And then we always say,
But.
you know,
Yeah.
each to their own.
Like
and
your perception of how you reading something going on at the moment. Yes, I've got an open mind, but you still have your own perception.
Yeah, 100%.
That other person's perception of a situation might not gel with you at the moment because you... But I do like to... Yeah,
So anyway, Kelly.
I thought I had nerves.
So yeah, that's what I think. That's what makes us a good team when we talk about stuff. Is because we both really come from traumatic experiences.
Completely different backgrounds, completely different circumstances, yet so many similarities. So it is actually quite an awesome conversation because we've got Barbie Kristal from Cape Town.
Yeah.
And we've got Glen Vista High School
I wouldn't say
Kelly
Barbie, I'd be like more
from the south.
Yeah, but we two different people.
Two completely different people, but with the same experiences in different
Traumas, the same traumas that have
yeah.
brought us together.
Yeah.
The same traumas, even our parents,
Yeah.
like our mothers. If we have to talk about our mothers, how similar they are, and then we'll
I love your mother.
and then we'll get to a conclusion of no wonder we fucked in the head.
Absolutely.
Because of our mothers.
Absolutely.
Like we blame them for all the past trauma as well.
And then I apologize to her every second or third day
Because
for
then you
what
start
I put her through.
and then you start
And
understanding
I think, but
her.
did I do that to her? And then I'm like, no, but she was a grown-up.
Yeah. And then I even till today, like my mother will tell things and like I get so aggravated with her. I'm like, but mommy, where are you coming with these things? Strews, I promise you, 2 weeks
There you
later,
are.
I'm like, I understand the woman. I thought she's
yeah.
a nutcase. But
I hear my mother
actually
coming out
understand
of
her.
me. The way I shout, the way I reprimand.
Yeah, so all these things is what actually makes us friends.
But Jackie doesn't swear. Jackie is a prude. Jackie is a lady. She doesn't swear. She doesn't gossip. She doesn't discuss. She's very resting bitch face. But honestly, one of the most incredible humans.
I wouldn't know how to describe my mother.
Jackie does not drink anymore because if you give Jackie 2 glasses of Chardonnay, you've never. The Irish is strong in that one. And everyone's like, oh gosh, Kelly, where do you come from? And I'm like,
The drunk son.
wow.
No,
Lots of generational pass downs.
yeah, so we've got a good combination. And the moral of our whole story here is that we've come together and we think our conversations can be really fun and interesting. And we would like to go further with this thing, that talking, and also bringing other people on about what's happening around us.
It sounds so cheesy to say bringing awareness, but it really is awesome to go, I want to say live or out there with 2 genuine friends being completely real and raw and discussing everyday things.
100%.
Past, present, future, that it's okay. Like we've both gone through like the transitions that we've got. What happened the last 5 years?
Sure, so much. We've both
Where?
had lost things, trying to come back from things.
Wow. And I think everybody went through a hell of a lot of trauma in the last 5 years. Some handled it better, some went, a little bit otherwise. But it really was testing, I think, for every single family unit. And yeah, I think I've lived 17 different lives in the last 5 years.
Literally. That's how it's been.
And
that's why this whole thing is to also bring awareness, like you're saying, that not everything's perfect.
Yeah.
The gram makes it look perfect.
Yeah.
And people post all the lovely, the good stuff, not what's actually really happening behind it. And also it's nice that we'll be able to talk about beauty, things that are happening at the moment.
Yeah.
What else is there to talk about? Beauty.
No, we're not just going to talk about
beauty.
But
we're
what else? End up talking a lot about
the Botox things, trauma, death, husbands, divorce, marriage, happiness, sadness, having money, not having money.
That's it. Having money, not having money.
Exactly. And being in today's society.
Having it all and then going to...
having nothing.
May the best debit order win this month.
Exactly.
Like, how did we get you? Well, geez, Kelly, I don't know.
And then it's like... There's so much, and it's okay not to be okay.
It's okay not to be okay.
So the moral of this session is...
Just don't stay there for too long.
Hold on. First of all, let's not jump. Is don't judge a book by its cover.
Yes, and that's definitely our first one.
We are the...
divine examples of that.
Yes. Of, you know that status everyone puts on their things, be kind and be this. Like, truly... Be kind.
You never know what someone's going through.
Yeah, you don't know what the next person is going to. And that actually explained your whole behavior. When I actually heard your story, then I was like...
No, but it's not an excuse for that.
No, but I understood it because I was there.
It does affect.
And yours was fresh. Yeah. It wasn't a long... And then you understand each other. But the thing is, we're so ready just to fuck each other up.
Yeah, because we're self-sabotaging at the moment. So when you're self-sabotaging to that extent, everything around you it's an attack. Everything around you is...
Yeah.
You sabotage everything.
Instead of everyone just, let's take 5 steps back. Why is the person behaving like this?
Yeah, but that also came with growth. I mean, look at us now.
I know. Now we're very nice people.
Because 7 years ago, I wouldn't have stepped back and been like, why is she behaving like this? No.
No, but I'm saying we gave each other... Imagine if I was like, well, fuck you, I'm not talking to you. Even after you apologized.
That would have been rude.
Yeah, and then we wouldn't have this friendship. Because in my head, it would have been... Kelly's not such a nice person.
100%.
And I would have carried it. Whoever spoke to me, I would have been like... I don't know her, but I don't like her.
That's also something we need to talk about later.
And because it's like...
How many times have you met somebody, become friendly with them and whatever, and then 10 minutes later they're like, I thought you were such a bitch.
Exactly.
Or they've got this perception of you because of something else someone else
said.
100%. Which is, it's human nature, you don't want to base your opinion about somebody over what someone else said.
Exactly.
But deep down you do in a way.
You judge someone from what else someone else has said.
And that's a mistake, but we all do it.
Yeah, so I'm happy we did not follow through with that kind of behavior.
I'm actually friends with a lot of people that didn't start off
good friendly. Me too.
Like the amount of ex-girlfriends that I'm friends with when it comes to like ex-boyfriends, their exes and stuff, we became friends along the way. Right. And it was awesome because we just, the animosity was silly and we really get along and like each other. So the amount of exes that I'm friends with is insane.
Yeah, that's why the moral of today's podcast is don't judge a book by its cover. And don't get to know the person and you'll be surprised what you'll find.
And don't just judge this podcast by this. This is just the beginning, people. We haven't even started yet. We're going to have the tea. We're going to have the tart. Okay, maybe not the tart.
So... the next episode, hopefully, would be about what, Kelly? Because this is a very unplanned...
Do you know what we should do? I think what we should do is we should go roll with this one.
Okay.
Put it out there and say, between Kristal and Kelly, what would you like to hear us talk about? Is there anything specific you want us to talk about, touch base on?
Yeah, because it's not something we're sitting and writing notes. There's no notes here.
Winging it.
We're winging this whole thing. We're sitting and we're talking, and I promise you, we're gonna try do this every Friday to be out on a Monday type of thing. So if anyone even wants to join us,
even if it's situations with regarding to experiences you've had with us before, and you want to see how we navigated around those situations, how we got to where we are work-wise, family-wise. Why do we have a trauma bond?
Yes.
You know, if it's even, I'll talk about everything.
That's what I'm saying. So it's not scripted. This whole thing's not scripted. It's just whatever's coming out is coming out. It's not planned.
Real and it's raw. And it's
the only thing that would be planned would be if we're going to bring someone on the show. Then we know, okay, this week.
We'll plan to the extent of knowing who we're going to bring on.
Who we're going to bring on, what we're going to talk about.
And the conversation's just going to flow.
Yeah, but there's no scripting. There's no, it's actually very unplanned.
Which is awesome.
And it's very natural.
It's real.
So hopefully our next podcast will be a week from today.
God willing.
Okay. So it was nice to see you, Kelly.
Are we going to do that?
Yeah, what else? How else do we end it?
Rock on.
We'll just say bye. Till next time.
No, that's cheese.
Okay, so then how do you want to end it? Seriously. Beep. How do you want to end it?
See you later.